Good morning, everybody. This is Super Mike 2164. Please press the like, press the share button. Had a couple thoughts to get over to you this morning. We got to dodge the deception. It's kind of like the bullfighter. That deception in that red cape. All while they're stabbing up the bull. The matador. Yeah. So we're going to go over a couple of important news stories. Just to get our minds back in the loop. Because, of course, we all love the drama. Of course we love drama. And the smack is being used to kind of pull the cape over our faces. We have several very important stories that's going on. Famine is on the way. We're fighting for reparations. We're fighting for our land. Since we want to talk about Will Smith, let's think about, get our minds back on what we should be on. Black America, we need to own and control your own land. We're in the midst of the fall of America. Right now, we're dealing with the fall of America. Our entire society is falling. Why? Because they don't want us to stand up. They don't want to rearrange the society. So while black folks are running around here looking stupid, some black folks running around here looking stupid, trying to ask and beg somebody to do for us what we can do for ourselves. Why they want to send us off to war, or they want us to vote. Black people say we got more important things to deal with. Are we going to sit up here standing in damn line waiting to vote for people who don't deliver anything for us anyway? Not saying we'll never vote, but if you don't have anything to vote for, why? Or are we going to sit here and actually start building so that we can secure ourselves and protect ourselves from racism? Black people, we got a lineage going on. And this enemy is out here deceiving everybody. The enemy is out here deceiving everybody. So let's get into it. Look at this clip. There you go. Look at this clip. We're going to stab the bull up, deceiving the bull. The bull is powerful. Stabbing him up, got the red cape, the matador. Well, guess what? That's what. We're going to kill the enemy. Stab him in the head. Yeah. That's what knowing the truth will get you. Remember this. A liar will get mad at you for knowing the truth. And that's what we're dealing with. So I just want to share a couple of stories today. And let's get into some of it really quick so that we could actually, hold on. Hold on, let's get into this real quick. Let's take that off. And the bottom line is, like I said, there's a lot of information out here. And right now, everybody's concerned about the slap, of course, Will Smith. One of the things that we need to do is say our prayers for our brother Risa Islam. Risa Islam is a warrior for truth, justice, freedom, justice, and equality. What's going on? Hey, what's going on, sis Divide? What's up? What's going on? We're trying to dodge the slap deception. It's just like a matador with that cape. They keep us distracted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to turn it on them while they stab us up. They keep us we want to just turn them. Hey, we want to mess that up. So this is what we're gonna do. We understand these guys are trying to distract us with it's important. There's a lot of good principles and stuff like that we can learn from the slap, but guess what? It is just a slap. A lot of people get slapped. Hollywood actors, they actually fight. I mean, it happens. Those things will be settled. The bottom line is we got war, we got famine. The people need to be warned. We're going to have to actually learn how to grow our own food. Otherwise, we're going to sit up here and be looking at our babies to eat each other. We're not used to sanctions. We're dealing with warfare with a very modern country. This is not like going into like Libya or Somalia. We bomb African nations like every week. And since we do stuff like that, we're used to just bombing and killing people. But as far as a country, of course, black folks, we don't really control those decisions as a group, because if it was up to us, we wouldn't be bombing anybody like that. We would be getting our reparations and building up this country, trying to create win-win scenarios all across the world. But let's look at this here. Brother Risa Islam's mother passed. So I do say Risa Islam is a warrior for freedom, justice, and equality. His mother is a Muslim sister in the Nation of Islam. And she just passed. And this man has been banned for aggressively getting out the truth about the deception that a lot of us just dodged, which is that shot. So he's going through that, and he's been banned from almost all your internet platforms just for speaking the truth that they're now admitting. But he's probably kept millions of people from getting an unnecessary shot. So I want to go into Mason, Tennessee. The grassroots black people, we advocated for Mason, Tennessee. This is the town that every time black people, and see, this is the reason why you have unwritten policy in this country that freezes. So the wealth gap is on purpose. Okay. It's not natural. The unwritten policy freezes the wealth of black people. Anytime there is something major or some funding or some sort of a business entity or anything that could be shown to give us to make a lot of us wealthy at the same time, there are white supremacists in charge of derailing that at the inception of it. So we cannot pass on generational wealth. So instead of trying to take wealth from us directly, which they do that, but what they do here is they know they're going to create value, so they get rid of you. And that's what's happening in Mason. The little Jason Mumpower, the racist Tennessee comptroller, he tried to take over the Mason, intimidate the town to give up their charter. They didn't do it. They fought back, lied on them, said they owed money that they did not owe. Try to make them look crazy, stupid, and incompetent, even though they're fixing a problem that a bunch of white people in office previously had created. So they owe a lot less money than they were told told. But this man, bottom line, he just wants to take over that town. So he's trying to take over the finances of the town. He's going to still do that. They didn't turn over the charter, but he's going to take over the finances of the town. They have to pay Tennessee. They're going to do mice in Tennessee just like the United States did Haiti. The Western countries did Haiti. So the way Haiti worked, Haiti won the war. Haiti won the war and kicked out the enslavers. But they were made or told that they had to pay reparations to the enslaving countries, especially France, because they won their freedom. So they did it. Okay, so that's what Mumpower is going to do to Mason. They got to pay back $9,000 every month, which is not. He wanted them to pay $22,000, but he's making them pay $9,000 a month prior to them paying any other bills. So that's kind of how they did Haiti. So that's one news story that we need to be on. We need to keep our eyes on these type of things here, because this is that deception. They want us to, that we have to dodge. Anytime they got some, it's, the slap is important. That's important too, because it's, it speaks to some social stuff that we can be working on. But, it's not to be spread out so long with all this. I'm kind of sick of the coverage now. So in New York, this chick here, that she got replaced because the other nutcase was a groper and a I don't want to say molester, but I guess he molested grown women under his power. The single governor Cuomo of New York, he was single, and he would be molesting the police officers and the state troopers and his secretaries and all this kind of stuff. So, they got him out of office, and they put this nut in there, and she goes there and, cutting $800 million to children and family services in the midst of a famine. Now, keep in mind, guys, we're going to have a famine. Even your own president said it. War with so go to the store now. Get your dry goods. Make sure you get beans. Beans are good because not only can you eat them, but you can also grow them. And, we need to learn how to fast so we don't go crazy. You can survive off of, one meal a day, or one meal even every other day, and still do damn near everything that you're doing now. These are facts, and you will actually be healthier. We don't need to eat 3 damn meals a day. This is why we're sick. Humans. We can actually live for 30 days without food. People don't know that. But if you go on 40-day fast on YouTube, there's people that routinely fast for 10 and 15, 20, 30 days at a time. So, I know it sounds insane to most people, but that's possible. So we don't need you guys going out trying to eat other humans and kill people and hunting and, killing people, breaking into each other's houses and all this silly stuff just because, the food's not there. We're going to have that happen. So just remember that. But this chick, she takes from the poor, and guess what she gave it to? She gives New York Governor Kathy Hochul is forced to defend giving Buffalo Bills $850 million in taxpayer funds to build new stadium. She just did it. And this oil and gas billionaire is worth $5.8 billion. So this man got $5,800 billion already, and he's going to make money. But you give him $850 million of the taxpayer dollars that you took from the dang on children who are going to be starving anyway in a few months. This is what they do here. So Biden gives Zelensky all that money. He gave him bombs. He gives him weapons. He takes in 100,000 refugees from Zelensky's little country. He ignores the problem they have with Nazism. Biden does all of this, and Zelensky accuses the West of being cowards. So that's how this man here, this guy is. Why are anybody? Why? You know, these people are racist. They're kicking out African immigrants and beating them up. There's credible reports on camera of them raping women. These are the soldiers of this Ukraine army, hanging people on crosses, torturing folks. Their side. Okay, so you know, direct connections with Nazism and hatred, all sorts of things that we do not like. And there you go. So, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky accused the West of cowardice in his country fights to stop Russia's invading. Russia's going to get that. So, I mean, you know, you're getting more people killed. In my opinion, you're getting more people killed by, yeah, you see how these people are. These people are really sick. They're not the good guys. Anyway, you know, I'm just not going to even. But they thought that was a cool picture to post. It shows that these people are sick to me. But anyway, you know, to me, you're getting more people killed by funding these people with weapons because you're making them think that they have a chance, and they really don't. They really don't. They don't have a chance to defeat Russia. Okay. So, you know, that's that. Let's look into the Final Call. You guys need to look into the Final Call newspaper with some independent Black reporting. Excuse me. Let's do it this way. Independent Black reporting. Wars, rumors of wars. So wars take on a life of their own. You can start them, but really, can you finish them? Let's do it this way. So their head is going to and fro to the nations of the earth to find a way of peace between the heads of the nations. A great time of troublesome time, a terrible time, the fall of America. Volatile off-the-cuff words from Joe Biden, and Russian missiles striking an hour away from Poland, which is NATO territory. So if any Russian missiles hit NATO territory, then you have to go to war. That's full-scale war there. Okay. The U.S. Commander-in-Chief gave his major speech, punctuated recent major developments in Europe, worst military conflict since World War II. So it's already the worst military conflict since World War II. Supreme Court hearings expose ongoing anger, unraveling of U.S. politics. All right. So we're just going to go through it real quick, and we're going to see what's news. So the Final Call is checking into the slime ball Jason Mumpower and the attempted takeover of a black town. Torture and murder, Ronald Green case turns cop versus cop. So they killed this brother, or they beat him up. This is a cop, though, undercover cop. Okay. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. State police investigators who pressed within days to charge troopers in the deadly 2019 arrest of Ronald Green recently told lawmakers that commanders rejected their concerns and told them to suppress graphic video of the black motorist's final moments that the agency's own experts described as torture and murder. They didn't know this black man was a police officer. This is what they routinely do to people. They tortured and murdered him. This is in Louisiana. Legislators heard explosive testimony from a supervisor who said he was instructed not to give prosecutors the body camera footage showing troopers stunning, punching, and dragging Mr. Green. Nobody in my chain of command wanted anything done, Lieutenant Scott Brown told a special committee investigating the state's handling of Green's death. They can't come here and admit to that. They'd go to prison. Lieutenant Brown not only disobeyed the orders, but reported to his superiors and to the former head of the state police, who he said turned a blind eye to attempted interference that's now under federal investigation. So here's Robert Justice for Ronald Green. This is what's going on in Black America. We already touched on the Tennessee could scale back oversight of majority Black towns' finances. So they're still doing oversight, but they could scale it back. And per a report that we got earlier, that they want to push that takeover oversight to April 1st, April 4th. Okay, that's the last report that I got. So Black news channels shut down, which nobody watched anyway. So the brothers is out there inspiring to share divine light. And one of the things is a lot of people want to pretend like spirituality is not important, but that's important, especially through hard, stressful times that people are going to be going through. You're going to have a spiritual fortitude. This is why so many people are killing themselves. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in anything. And so they have nothing to lean on. They have no internal nor external divine force of nature that they can depend on to get them through some very stressful times. So, it's easy for some of these people just to kill themselves. So you shouldn't have that. Go ahead and pick a spiritual science. Go ahead, believe in it. If it's something that you can believe in, go ahead, get into it, learn about it. You don't have to be afraid of religion just because you don't have to believe in anything that's other than the truth. Just follow the truth though. But if you just believe in what's true and the good parts of what you do believe in, just stay true to that. If you don't believe in something yet, just don't say you believe in it. Just be like, well, I'm not sure about that. All right. So of course we know that stuff was fabricated. I still don't want to say everything because they probably still want to pretend everything was real, but it's not. It wasn't. We knew it wasn't. We knew there was cures and all that kind of stuff, but that's why you would get independent media. Okay, so they got depopulation briefs in here. They're telling us, just the basic stuff. So get the Final Call newspaper. You can get Final Call digital. This is the news arm of the Nation of Islam. All right. So that's that. Let's see. And then I think we want to try, so, Russia is demanding, if Europe wants to keep getting gas and stuff, they have to take their payments. They will not use dollars anymore. They're going to take their payments in rubles, which is the Russian currency. I suggest Black people, especially anybody, start getting some silver and gold coins. Get something that you can transfer into different forms of money. Even to get the digital currency, you may have more luck with that when shit hits the fan, because it's hitting the fan. But of course, if you want to survive, what's going on? What's up, Leroy? Yeah, Zelensky. No, Zelensky is a Nazi. He is hard right. And when you say right, we got to realize that this right and left stuff is like a game. It's just like the thing. We're dodging the distraction. See, that's how that bull goes. That bull. You see that red cape? That red cape is the distraction. That's the people. That bull is the people. These are the little elites. They're weak. They're actually very weak, but and they use these little capes to kind of distract us. For example, here's a little distraction for everybody. Let's play a little distraction. Are you distracted yet? Was that distracting? Y'all like that, huh? We get distracted easy, don't we? We want to see that distraction again. You want to see that red cape again? Oh, yeah. We want to see that red cape and we want to look through some real news. Oh, we don't want to see that news. Let's look at the red cape again. Let me distract y'all. Oh, I ain't going to do it.
Keep my boy name out your fucking mouth. Keep my boy name out your fucking mouth. Wow. Yeah. I'm going to.
Yeah. Love those distractions, don't we? So anyway, let's get back to it. We about to be done in a second because I just want to, try to get us into, we want to put that horn. You see them horns we got? Guess where we want those horns? Yeah. That's what we want to do. These people are distracting us from, guys, we got to spread the word. Focus on, Biden told us that there's going to be food shortages. We don't want to be running around here eating each other, right? This man told us out his mouth, buy your dry foods now. You don't want to be running to the store fighting each other in line. You see what they do during Christmas. They'll kill you. So don't do it. Let's get your beans. Let's get your rice. Let's get all that stuff now. Look at videos on how to grow your food. Beans can be grown. Rice can be grown. All sorts of things. Look at the plants around, especially in Georgia and stuff. There's onions all over the place. There'd be people starving, and it's onions that grows right in your grass. So, those are the type of things I just want to try to get us back on track. Let's get it back on the track here. So, let me do this again. I hate this sharing thing. Sorry. Yeah, and I think that was pretty much it, what I wanted to go through. Oh, yeah, the reparations. So, in California, they did approve a reparations bill. Let me do this just to show you guys. So the reparations task force did approve, which people stayed on them. So it's only for, they were trying to get it for every black person or every person, black American. So if you just came over, they wanted to let everybody get reparations. But it's really for descendants of, Soylent Green. Yeah, exactly. They want to recycle us and get us. If you guys haven't seen this movie called Soylent Green, it's a good movie to look at because they are, they kind of tell on themselves decades prior. But this is the last story, and then we go. But sorry. I just want everybody to see this little part. So this is another thing. Take reparations serious, guys. And even if you're not a direct descendant of American slaves here, just look at Black America's track record. We have to fight each other to be stingy. Black people love sharing. We love making friends. But in this case, we're going to have to be stingy. We can't let everybody, regardless of your lineage, muddy the waters of American reparations. But once that crack is cracked, then we're growing in influence. The world is going to change, okay? And the reparations is actually owed to the entire black world. Don't be afraid of reparations. Don't be afraid of even white. I mean, I know we get so used to, a lot of us actually think that, you know, we need to. Somebody was arguing with me on a clown was arguing with me on Facebook talking about, if you don't, what did he say? He said something about, you gotta impress white people, otherwise, you know, you would be dead or something like that, or you wouldn't have what you have if you didn't impress white people. Listen, if those white folks weren't even there, they would be trying to impress us because we take care of business. You know, you imagine, just look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, just look at Rosewood, all of the black towns that were successful. We would have had that information, and we would have had all of those, that wisdom and knowledge on how to be successful passed through our family lineage. And look at Mason, you know, Tennessee. They want to keep our people from, we got to impress white people to give us jobs and stuff. You know, this is what this man thinks. We don't need them to, I mean, they're doing good on their own. We don't have to worry about them. You know, this is literally, if you read Booker T. Washington's book, Booker T. Washington was like, you know, it was one interesting thing when they got free out of the slave stuff and they got let go or whatever. A lot of black people did come back, but they wasn't coming back to ask the white man to do for them. There was actually, the white people had died, a lot of them during the war, and a lot of black people that was the slaves, they was coming back helping the white people because they felt sorry for the kids, because the black people was the ones making the money and growing the food and fixing the place and everything. And when they left, the whole white families became poor and broke, and the kids was on liquor and all that kind of stuff. And some of the black people felt sorry for them and came back to help them. We have this weird connection, and our hearts are so weird and bleeding and stuff. And we, you know, and it's hard, but you know, we are owed reparations. We should fight for it. Of course, if they don't want to give it to us, we're fighting, we're growing, we're going to develop ourselves, and we'll get into position and we'll give reparations to ourselves. So either way, we're going to get it, you know, and that's you know, they would do better to give it to us while they're still in power, because it would be good history for them. Then their kids, you know, and our kids will look back and say, look, you know, you guys understood and gave us reparations. Exactly. Yeah, not only, and that's just one of the towns. We had documented over 60 black towns. Even Mason is one of those black towns. Mason, Tennessee. I just showed it. You know, they got the charter in 1855. Before, 10 years prior, this was a black town. 10 years prior to when actual slavery was going on, there was a black town of free people. So, you know, there's a lot of unknown history. You know, black folks, we're growing. You know, we got to start looking at ourselves better. You know, reparations, we can force things. We have influence, you know, so share the message. You know, like I said, press the little thumbs up, put it on your social media. Let me distract you guys again, and I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to give y'all that distraction because I know y'all don't.
It says being alive. Yeah, this is a meth pipe. Yep. Right here with this bubble thing. I guess you put the meth in there. Mm-hmm. This is a crack pipe. Yep. Okay. These are all instructions on how to overdose treatment and education. This is the needle in here. I'm not going to open this. I'm scared.
That's for heroin?
Yes, for heroin. It has the alcohol
pass.
That's a real
and stuff.
Needle? It's a needle in there.
Oh my God.
And these things are like a black and mild filter that you put on the crack pipe so you don't think no one's saliva, so you don't get sick and you can do your drugs. And